This is Left Side of the Brain coming at you again with another red light edition. And what I want to talk about tonight is the waiting period. I'm tired of waiting. If the world is due to end, then by George, let it end. I'm tired of waiting for the destruction. I was looking up in the sky today, and I was just saying to myself, I wish the clouds would roll back like a scroll. And I wish ships would just come out of the sky like the movie Independence Day. And that brief reflection was followed by another thought. And it went something like this. Even if that was to happen, it still wouldn't mean anything to the people, to the everyday, ordinary person who saw, if they were to see ships coming out of the sky. If something on that grand of a scale would take place, these people would still not be able to ascertain what was going on. And this is what I was thinking about. I was walking around. I was in a shopping center. You know, we do have to shop. We do have to get items that we need to live and to survive. So I was just looking at people. And well, as I was walking towards the shopping center, I was looking at people. And I was saying to myself how I was the only real person within a 100-mile radius. And I just knew it. I could just feel it within myself. And I was saying to myself, what would it take for these people to realize? And then that reflection was followed up by another reflection. And what was revealed to me was nothing will wake them up because they are already dead. See, the difference between us and them, my body is in a prison. Their body is in a grave. It fell upon me just like that. And I was like, wow. See, nothing can wake up a man that's dead, for he is already in the grave. A man in a prison, like you, like me, we still have the ability to contemplate. We have the ability to use rational thinking. We have the ability to use logic. But a dead person doesn't. They don't have that gift. The only thing they can do is operate. We have the ability to think. We have the ability to strategize. They don't. They only operate. And we have to somehow work around them. It's just like working in a factory of heavy machinery. And you have to be careful not to bump into the dangerous machinery. And that's how I look at these people. Like robotic machinery that you have to be careful around. Because they are a danger to themselves as well as a danger to us. And I thought about it. Nothing will wake these people up. It's me who woke up. Me. It's you who must wake up. And that's all there is to it. And I was saying to myself, it gets to the point where at times I feel like this is all I have left. What I'm doing right now. This is why I do this. I have nothing left. You should be at this point too. This is why when you listen to these red light editions, this is the most realist. This is the realest hour. The realest hour during your day. We have nothing left. And I've come to the realization that we have nothing left, and I have nothing left for them. I have no more emotions for dead people. Absolutely none. Zero. Zilch. My sympathy for people is all dried up. It no longer remains. And as I was walking around today, I was just looking at people and they look like empty tomato cans. And I'm just looking and thinking to myself, and I'm saying to myself, do I even supposed to be courteous to these people? Do I supposed to use courtesy towards these people? Do I just let the door slam in their face? Because ultimately, that's what it boils down to. And I know this. It's like I was walking today and I mistakenly glanced at another pedestrian as they was coming forward. And for a split second, we gazed at each other's eyes. And boy, did I regret looking at that person. Because what I felt was pure hatred towards that individual. Hatred in the sense of I detested being in the same environment with a person like that individual. And I said to myself, me and this person, we shouldn't even be sharing the same atmosphere. And what I'm trying to convey is, if you are not at that level of disgust by now, something is wrong with you. Literally. And I kept looking at people. I was walking around and seeing individuals. And I was saying to myself, only thing I could think of was two words: total disgust. I'm disgusted. And you shouldn't focus on this, but I'm at the point where my mind just goes blank sometimes because I catch myself in the rotation with them, you know, going through the motions just like everybody else. But the thing is, the difference between me and them, I always shake myself out of it. And I say to myself, I have to get back to making videos. I got to do something today to get out of this zombiness because it can sneak up on you. Think about it. You at work, you on your job, and they have us in a corner. We the ones that's in the corner, not them. And I thought about that word corner and coroner. You know, the coroner, where you go when you are dead. Well, I was thinking about it like corner because it's so many of them, they have us in the corner that it almost feels like at times I'm in the coroner where they keep bodies. And if you don't snap out of it, they will have you feeling dead. So this is my escape right now. Don't take the red light editions for granted. This is the realest hour. Don't take these dialogues for granted. These monologues, rather. Because this is the time of the day when the world has shut down and I'm able to think the deepest realities. All throughout the day, these red light editions, they build themselves. And I say to myself, sometimes I'll find myself during the day and I'll shake myself out of it. And then I say to myself, I shook myself out of it, but where do I go? Because you look around and you see them walking all around. You see them walking all around. And it's like, you almost feel like a panic attack. And I say to myself, man, I feel like I'm doing the same things over and over. You know, I found myself somewhere today crossing paths with a person that I've seen before. And that in itself, it was a reminder to me that I have to move to another city. I just have to go. And even though I know that fleeing is not the answer, because eventually, whenever you move or you relocate, the illusion, it starts to build itself. You see, it'll build itself around you once again. So I've come to the conclusion that the only escape is to release. And what I mean by that is releasing the frustration through philosophizing about the situation. This is how I keep my sanity. Because, like I said, Sometimes when I drive down the street and I stop in traffic and I see the cars around me, I start feeling like one of them. Then I have to snap out of it. Because if you don't catch yourself, you will slip into their world. It's almost like fighting anesthesia. Have you ever been under anesthesia and they put the mask over your face and slowly they tell you to count down from 30? They'll say, count down from 30. And then slowly you go to sleep. It's almost the same. It's almost the same thing what I'm saying. And if you don't catch it, you will fall asleep. In the same way, you would have to fight the anesthesia to stay awake the best as you can. That's what you have to do at times when you feel yourself going into the coma, the comatose state. The comatose state is one step from death. And I do find myself, when I'm around them, slipping sometimes. Not doing things like they do, but even during the days when I don't post, it's like I don't have anything to do. Because this is my only reality, releasing information. When I'm in their world, I turn into one of them. And it's a scary feeling. And I say to myself, if I, find myself snapping out of the dozing off effect, then what are they doing? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Like, if I find myself having to snap out of it, then what in hell are they doing? That's proof that they are dead. They are not doing that. So they are dead. If you don't find yourself feeling like this, if you don't find yourself having some form of panic attacks or some type of social anxiety or something that makes you feel like I need to be checked into the mental hospital, then something is wrong with you. You are dead. If you're not feeling like this, you are one of them. You should be just totally disgusted at this point. That's the level that I'm on right now. And I want to stay on this level. And it's either I don't do this or I just become a zombie. It's no gray area. You see what I'm saying? It's either heaven or hell. It's no in between. Understand me? It's no in between. If this is not total peace and bliss, then it's not heaven. Anything, even 1 inch from total peace and happiness, it's not heaven. Even if it's just 1 centimeter of discomfort, then it's not heaven. So what does that tell you? that this entire thing that we are experiencing right now, it is prison. And we are surrounded by human prison bars. You know the terminology. You already know it. And they do not think like this. So therefore, they are dead, like I explained. And I'm tired of waiting. And I was just thinking today, and I was envisioning, what if the sky rolled back and something just miraculous was revealed? And I was saying to myself, I would be astounded by it. I would recognize something greater. But they would just be screaming, running into each other, stampeding each other. While me, I'll just be looking up, like saying, yes, finally it's over. See, they are nothing but unbridled emotions that have no governance whatsoever. Remember, a man, the definition of a man is his testosterone must be governed by his logic. See, it's a lot of men in uniform who are not real men. You see, if your brain is not on the level of a left side of the brain, then you are not a real man. I'm just using myself as an example. That's why I said a left side of the brain. Just, typically saying it. So if you can reference your name. If you follow this channel and you are on the level of what we speak about, then you are a real man. So if your mind is not on this level of a left side of the brain, you will be one of those people just running around once you see the end finally come. You see, that's why I think the way I do, because every day I'm constantly preparing myself for the end. See, you might be living, more so concerned with your job, your children, things of that nature. But me, that's not what's on my mind. My mind is not fixated upon the mundane world. I'm bored with that. I'm tired of that. What you see me doing right now, this is the real me. All of the other stuff, all of the other shenanigans, that's not me. That's me going through the motions, you see. This is the real left side of the brain. This is the real channel, what you have found. This is the realest hour. So even in your personal life, you should start keeping this in mind. Prepare yourself for the end. Because we already know that this world is going to pass away. And it's passing away before our eyes. Okay? Just because you see people moving around, that don't mean they are alive. They are dead. I can't emphasize that to you enough. I don't even have feelings for these people no more. I do not love Nobody out here in this world. I'm just being real with you. How can I love somebody that's dead? They are ignorant. They don't deserve love. What I'm saying right here on this channel, the only love is reality. All of that other cotton candy, fluffy, talk that people do about healing the world and saving the world, I don't got time for that. I'm about this right here, what I'm saying. This is the only thing that's left right now. Reality. And I'm just ready for the end, man. I mean, at this point, it's just me. That's how I'm living now. And all of those people that you think moving around and driving cars, they are dead. They don't exist. If you don't think like this, you are not even alive. You are dead. So I don't owe them any respect. I don't owe them any courtesy. I don't owe them no tips when I go out to eat for the waiter. I don't owe them jack. What I owe a dead man? You see what I'm saying? When I looked at that person in the eyes today, what I felt coming from them, you think I'm supposed to respect something that gives me such a terrible feeling like that? To the point I regretted even being in the same facility with that person? You think I owe them something? Get out of here. Please. So, we are living in a world where it's only a few of us. And the masses, like all of these dead people celebrating Halloween tonight, just look at them idiots out there knocking from door to door, trick or treat, grown people dressed up, and the amount of little kids, I saw so many, mostly single mothers with their children, making them participate in the ritual of Halloween. And I had said something to this girl. I was like, I don't see how y'all celebrate that. She was like, why? I said, because it's evil. You know what she said? Oh, that's just your opinion. I just left it alone. I said to myself, it's not even worth it. And when she said that, I'm happy I said what I said to her, and I'm happy that she gave me the response that she gave me, because it only cemented my convictions about the very things that I'm saying right now. That these people are dead. So let them celebrate Halloween. Let them dress their kids up. Even the kids they having are dead. These kids, you think some type of soul is coming from these people out here? You think two dead people having sex, creating life? It's over with. These people are done, man. And you think it's going to be any better next year? And the year after that? And the year after that? No. Every year, one of us, we pass on to the next level. Eventually, I'm going to pass on to the next level. I think about that all the time. What if I was just taken out of this world? It would really, really be pitiful. Imagine if YouTube didn't have a left side of the brain channel. Just look at YouTube, for instance. Left side of the brain channel. Real talk. Real deal information. Imagine if this channel was no longer available. Now, apply that to the world. Imagine someone like myself not in this world. That's how you got to start looking at it. Apply what I said and apply it to yourself. Imagine when you are in your house and you are not outside amongst them. Just imagine, I'm just one person. Just imagine all of the just endless cycle of death routine that's taking place out there. Just imagine how materialistic and hedonistic and just empty and purposeless everybody is just driven because they dead. Now, when you go outside, just imagine, well, you don't even have to imagine it. Just realize why you feel the way you do. Go inside your house and just think to yourself, I'm not out there. That's how I do with myself. And I say, I'm the only real person in a 100-mile radius. And you can apply it to yourself because it's real. We listen to these videos. We in different cities. We are far and spread apart from each other. You are probably the only real person in a 100-mile radius. You, the person I'm speaking to. Keep that in mind on your job. You probably the only real person in that whole entire row of cubicles in your little workstation. And you wonder why you feel the way you do, because you're surrounded by dead people. This Left Side of the Brain signing out.